What's up, YouTube? This is my soon-to-be Turbo FRS. Just kind of a quick walk around. Alright, I gotta clean the garage up a little bit. Alright. How many times am I gonna say alright? This is my turbo manifold. This is the downpipe. And this is the wastegate dump tube. All three of those are off MA Performance, and they no longer sell them. Pretty unfortunate. It's like called a DIY kit. The Turbo CX Racing. This is a 3070 GT or some 3071, I think. One of my buddies has this same exact turbo on his E36, and he drives around with a fucking laptop in his passenger seat all day long, tuning the thing just everywhere he goes. This is a eBay JDM Special Sport intercooler. It's almost identical to the JDL one. The JDL kit, the only thing I didn't like about it was that you see how this is not centered? I had to make this bracket because the JDL one, the intercooler is off-centered on the car, and I think that's the goofiest thing I've ever seen in my life. I don't know if they do it for some reason for notching, that it's easier for their kit, because their turbo sits like right about here. My kit sits like here. I don't know if that has anything to do with turbo placement, but not centering the intercooler on a $5,000 kit, that's just like, I would have had to chop that up anyways. Like, that's just not something I can run. That's not me. But what I wanted to talk about in this video also was like the cheapest way to turbo your FRS. It's not going to be very possible now that MA Performance doesn't make this kit. I literally just talked to an MA Performance guy, and because I need a overflow, and they make this nice one that bolts up to this bolt, and it sits right here, super flush and clean. It's like anodized. So I called to ask if I can like get that from their kit, and they don't even make it anymore. I think it was only like 800 bucks for the manifold, dump tube, and downpipe. And it's really unfortunate. I got the turbo for, I think it was 420 flat, 420. Yeah, I'm gonna say 420.69. I'll try and put like links or find actual prices of this stuff. This intercooler was I think they're like $80. They actually sell like the knockoff JDL intercooler kit for like 250 bucks. And it comes with the tube that has like, it goes square to go through here. And I'll try and find that link too, but it also is off-centered. But it's like the whole intercooler kit for the JDL on eBay for 250 bucks. I got a Mishimoto catch can. goes down to there, but yeah, hooking up this tube that goes down and in, you have to get like a huge socket extension, but it's just like a hose clamp on a rubber hose, so it's not that hard to tighten. You can almost just tighten it by hand, but you just need a huge extension to get in there at a crazy angle. This is that full-blown pan. I don't know what their custom fitting looks like, but you guys will see. I have bought multiple fittings trying to figure this out. And I'm not gonna call full-blown because this thing was $350. Because the pan is thicker, the OEM hardware doesn't fit all the way, so you have to go buy your own hardware, opt in to the $15 extra AN fitting, and this thing's already $350. Alright, so this is the oil drain that I've come up with. This is so, you could barely fit a screwdriver in there, let alone the hose that has to slide on here, and then a hose clamp. Like, why couldn't this just be down like a millimeter more, like quarter inch? It's the optimal drain feedback. Probably grill a burger on this thing. I think that's the $350 selling point. It's got this nice wind baffle grill. Throw some hot dogs on there. All right, I got my dash 10 5/8 oil drain kind of mocked up on here. All right, before I put the manifold on, just wanted to talk about my wrap job here. And the custom spray paint heat. Yeah, don't have it anymore because I used it all, but apparently the hot side of manifold and downpipe get pretty fucking hot on our cars, and I feel like more people than not wrap them, especially the kids that are all like doing the DIY kids. Seen a lot of people wrap FRS manifolds, so I just didn't want to run into any heat issues, and just preventative maintenance. I had to buy 2 things of 50-foot wrap and 2 things of metal zip ties. It was like almost $100 to wrap this manifold, so it better be worth it. And downpipe, of course. I did a really good job on this, at least the wrapping portion. I'm not going to talk about my paint job. At least I masked stuff off. Kind of. I masked off the good sides. I didn't care about the outside of the flange. But I feel like I did a pretty good job wrapping this. I don't know what everyone else's opinion is on wrapping exhaust parts and shit, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Alright, so like I said, turbo sets over here on this manifold. The JDL kit comes up right about here probably. I just keep referring to the JDL kit because one of my really good friends has the JDL kit. He might be over today or in another video, but I've basically built the whole car off of his JDL kit, trying to do a one-off with this manifold downpipe kit. This MAP is unequal length, and then it has the open dump tube, so I'm thinking that it's gonna sound better than I don't know if I want to say better. It'll sound really equal to a JDL unequal length kit, and not a lot of JDL guys run open downpipe. They run recirculated. Might be able to explain that a little better too. All right, here's the turbo on. Trying to get a good shot with the intercooler too. There. All right, if you guys didn't know, right here is a looped water line in and out on the FRS. JDL's 2060 RS, whatever, is water cooled as well on the JDL kit. And so I got a water cooled turbo to copy. All right, just throwing on the first coupler, I can just like already tell that there's gonna be no problem at all with that pipe and the drain line. And I don't know why I was stressing about that so hard. I mean, I guess they're kind of close to each other, just like passing by. But yeah, that's mint. Here's my little drain. It has 0 clearance. This is ridiculous. You want to talk about clearance? Look at this gasket and this bolt too. Freaking ridiculous. It looks like I'll be able to use this chaseway between the manifold pipes to tighten the hose clamp on there. And then if I have to tighten that more, I'll be able to reach it. I was a little concerned about having to take the manifold on and off and on and off to test fit the oil drain. But it looks like I'll get away with this tiny work area. While I'm down here, I haven't talked about my custom mounts yet, because let's see if I can get a decent angle, because they utilize this stock piece and off-center the thing once again. So that's how I made the whole bracket, to center it over. It's about 2.5 inches off center. This intercooler kit, the $5,000 JDL intercooler kit is 2.5 inches off center, but not my kit. All right, oil drain mocked up 100%. Got the length and all. Thing is perfect. All right, I got the hot side and wastegate mocked up. And earlier I was talking about tight space on that oil drain. This is a shit show. I mean, this is so close to this fan. And then the wastegate, I mean, this is gonna come up a little because it's not tight. The wastegate feed nipple there. All my D-bands are loose on the wastegate, but that downpipe fits pretty damn good. I was a little worried about it down here where it lines up, but my finger up to it, and bolt holes are pretty damn close. Might have to like Dremel out the mid pipe holes a little, because this is looking like a 3-inch, and everyone runs a 2.5. And then this is the dump tube right here. Flame spitter. Thing's gonna be sweet. Alright, I'm gonna try and get the rest of the intercooler piping mocked up. I don't have a filter. This, you guys might be wondering, this goes to your stock intake, like right here. You reroute it this way. JDL does, at least. Get it past this other tube. There it goes. Yeah, you reroute it, and coupling on, and run a new tube to an intake port on the intake there. And then that's, I guess, PCV. I don't know much about Subarus. I just own an FRS, and that's what they do. Alright, so this is the turbo feed side. About 2 minutes later. When you're doing this, I recommend to just unbolt your bar thing. Core support, not core support. This stupid bar. Just unbolt it and take it in and out every single. Alright. Left side complete 2 minutes later again. Forgive me for the water lines. I'm not gonna hook those up just because I've already dealt with trying to put my fingers in here for these bolts. It's like a one-time thing. You can mock it up the one time and just know that's your length, and those bolts are a pain in the ass to get to every time. Basically everything is a pain in the ass to get to, so just know that you're gonna be mocking this thing up multiple times and just test fitting, trial and error, cutting it down. Alright, I'll put that back on. I will get this intake portion that I have, and I'll show you guys the little hose that I'm gonna do, and you'll see how much room there is for an intake there. And hopefully the one that I have in my Amazon cart will fit, because it took me forever to find a 3x3x3 K&N filter. The more stuff you add, the uglier it gets. So this is the room I got for my filter. Looks like the fan is gonna be extremely close. I don't know. That's 3-inch, and then most filters go out 1 inch on both ways. So, decent amount of room to go out, just not down. And they make that goofy 40 or 15 degree one, I think, but those ones are long too. Sorry, I'm filming the ground. Those ones are long too, and I'm not sure if it would go into here. This is the PCV section I was talking about. The coupling's on there. So now all I need is the oil feed line. I had to unplug these sensors and everything to get it out of the way there. I don't know how many of you guys know or are trying to learn about turboing your FRS. But this car is as simple as it gets. The oil feed is right here. Like the water cool lines right there. Everything just bolts up like Legos. It's like building a computer almost. That's the way I see it, because I built a PC about 2 years ago, and everything was just like, oh, you buy it, you plug it in, and it works. And it's not like you just plug in half your intercooler and you have half a turboed car and you can drive it, but still, it is so easy to buy the few components that you need. I know a lot of people have $8,000 or $9,000 into their turbo FRS for 300 horsepower, and I'm shooting for just under that and probably half the price. So, and that's with the clutch, with the flywheel, with the custom map pan or full-blown pan. Bought a lot of extra stuff that I didn't need because I didn't spend $5,000 on a kit all out. I pieced this thing together and looks pretty similar to a lot of kits.